the person cannot come out of the masjid proper. One is the masjid proper and one is the masjid improper. In other words, from my understanding, that this particular area till where I think that door is, or the entrance, that is the masjid proper. Or inquire from the management which is that masjid proper, and which is the moment that we step out is not regarded to be a masjid proper. So in the state of itikaf, remain within the confines of the masjid. The moment you step out of the masjid without a justifiable cause in Sharia, even if you came out by mistake, your itikaf is broken. So you have embarked on an important mission to be in the state of itikaf, so one needs to be very, very careful and preserve the itikaf and make sure that the itikaf is valid at all times. If a person, out of some mistake, forgetfulness, he came out of the masjid, although itikaf will be broken, this doesn't mean now he will pack up his bag and he must go home. You still remain in the masjid. Now your itikaf will turn out to be a nafil itikaf. If you get the tawfiq, then make qaza of the full 10 days the following year. And if you don't have that ability, then at least make qaza of that particular day on which that particular day's itikaf was broken. What should one do in a state of itikaf? Now, once in the masjid, every second of yours is an act of ibadat, and you are getting the reward for just being in a masjid. But obviously, when a person in a state of itikaf, he wants to get close to Allah Ta'ala, he wants to engage himself with Allah Ta'ala. So he should engage himself in maximum ibadat to the best of his ability. The most important thing when a person is in itikaf, obviously you are in a masjid, you're staying in a masjid, 24 hours you are in the masjid. So there are certain things that one should never ever miss out. Performing salat with jamaat and takbiratul ula. It would be very unfortunate that a person is in a state of itikaf and then he misses out his jamaat for whatever reason. So you must make preparation ahead of time. Also make sure you are training yourself now in these 10 days to become a more better Muslim, more practicing Muslim, more abiding Muslim. So make sure that all the salats are performed with takbiratul ula and make ihtimam of it. That think ahead of time that it's going to be Fajr time, I need to make preparation ahead of time, and try to be right in the front, sir. Because you are now training yourself to be a perfect Muslim even after a month of Ramadan. And also in a state of itikaf, you can engage yourself in any ibadat. There is no specific ibadat to be done in the state of itikaf. Make lot of tilawat of the Quran Kareem, because in a month of Ramadan, that is the special zikr to make tilawat of the Quran Kareem. If you make it tilawat out of the month of out of itikaf, then increase it in the state of itikaf and try to have a particular target. In the state of itikaf also, try to make as much zikr as possible. The recommended zikr from our akabir, from our mashayikh is that try to increase your durood sharif, salat and salam on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as much as you can. Read the third kalima, Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar, and at the same time read Astaghfirullah, Istighfar. But when making it Istighfar means, oh Allah, I seek forgiveness, not just verbally. Why is he saying it verbally? From the heart also, you must be regretful of all the sins of the past and make firm intention to change and become a better Muslim in the future. So when the person in the state of itikaf make this kind of zikr and try to make a target, take up some time in the morning to make this tasbihat, this zikr, take out some time in the afternoon, and also this can make this kind of zikr and engage yourself. Remember, one recommended practice in the state of itikaf also is salatul tasbih. I know last year these pamphlets and these flyers were given out, and the procedure of salatul tasbih was also mentioned. So in the state of itikaf, at least every night, try to engage yourself in salatul tasbih. When the people used to go to the Khanqa of Hazrat Shaykh Zakaria Rahmatullah Alayhi, and people used to come and make itikaf, Hazrat Shaykh Zakaria Rahmatullah Alayhi used to say to the people one thing: Khoob khao, eat as much as you want to. Khoob so, sleep how much you want to. But one thing you mustn't do. And Hazrat Shaykh used to actually take his tooth, his thumb and his finger, put it on the tongue and say, "Yeah, mat karo, don't talk too much." So obviously you are here to spend your time fruitfully. Now what's the point of you being in itikaf when you are now engaging in talk with the people around you? Now you engage yourself with Allah Ta'ala. Yes, of course, as I mentioned, that you don't abstain from talking as an act of ibadat for Itekaf. But in order to be effective and to feel close to Allah Ta'ala, you try to look after yourself and engage yourself as much as possible with Allah Ta'ala. Also, in the state of Itekaf, sometimes, there's 5 people, 10 people, or some people are in Sunnat Itekaf, some people are in Nafil Itekaf. Be considerate to the people around you. Every human being by nature is different. One person has a different nature, another person has a different nature. One person wants the lights to be on, one person wants the lights to be off, one person doesn't want somebody to make loud zikr, one person doesn't want somebody to make soft zikr. So be considerate to people. And more important than all your act of ibadat, if you're just in a masjid and you're tolerant to people and the different nature and the mizaj of people, that itself is also a very great act of ibadat. So always consider the comfort of the next person. If you are put into discomfort, tolerate it. But through you, no person should be put into discomfort. And obviously, this teaches us that out of Itekaf, when you're going to meet people in community, in society, train yourself that how you tolerate people, how you overlook people. You are closely living with people in the masjid, sleeping together, eating together, everything. And you tolerated the people in that situation. So obviously, when you leave the Itekaf in community, society, it will be much more easier for you to overlook people, to tolerate people, and live with people with harmony. A very important aspect of Itekaf, and why people are normally, why a person should come in Itekaf, come with the intention that you're going to search for Laylatul Qadr. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once, he made Itekaf in the middle 10 days of Ramadan. And then he told to a Sahaba that I made Itekaf searching for Laylatul Qadr. Now the 20 days finished off, Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam came to me and told to me that Taharraw Laylatul Qadr fi ashri awakhir min Ramadan. Or kama qal, search for Laylatul Qadr in the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan. So the Nabi Kareem told the Sahaba that now let's go on for another 10 days and the last 10 days make Itekaf. So whoever is making Itekaf, make the special intention that why do you want to get close to Allah Ta'ala, or whatever it is, but you're going to search for Laylatul Qadr. It is a time where Allah Ta'ala gives the reward of one night equivalent to 1,000 months and even more than that. So that's the intention one should make. Lastly, when a person is in a state of Itekaf, now obviously you will feel very close to Allah Ta'ala, you're engaging in zikr, you're engaging in ibadat with Allah Ta'ala. So you must also think to yourself that today you are alive, and you're engaging yourself with Allah Ta'ala, and that's the best form of engagement, because I've come from Allah and we're going to go back to Allah Ta'ala. So likewise, you making Itekaf in a masjid, regard this masjid to be like your qabr, because one day you are going to go into the qabr and you're going to be only with Allah Ta'ala. On the day of Qiyamah, you'll be resurrected, you're going to return to Allah Ta'ala. So, while doing Itekaf, you feel that you're alone with Allah Ta'ala, you're engaging with Allah Ta'ala, and you always be conscious of qabr, you're conscious of life after death, and always be concerned about the success of the qabr and in the akhirat. So, these are basic, very, very broad rules of Itekaf. Person should be very mindful. Time is very, very valuable. Every second, every minute in a state of Itekaf, one should understand that the poet says, Hayatuka anfasun tu'addu, fakullama mada nafasun intaqasat bihi juz'a. That every second, every breath that you are taking in and out, one portion of your time is decreasing. So every second in the state of Itekaf is the most valuable thing. So do not use the time in Itekaf for anything that is futile, for anything that wastes your time. It's a time for making beautiful investment in Akhirat. We make dua that Allah Ta'ala grant all of us the tawfiq and hidayah to make Sunnat Itekaf. Those who cannot make the Sunnat Itekaf, then at least the time that you have at night, come and spend in a masjid, make nafil Itekaf, create the mahol, create the environment. When one person engages in ibadat, well and good. But when there's 10 people, it's even more better. And then 20 people, it's even more better. Because everybody, they are engaged in ibadat and Allah's rahmat is coming. The more Allah's rahmat comes, everybody benefits from that. And in that time also, we don't know who may be present there, that their heart is beloved to Allah Ta'ala, and with the presence of such a person, maybe your dua and your ibadat will be also accepted. Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.